Hey, what's up, everybody? Check it out. I want to take a quick second today to just talk to you guys about why I switched from the Fitness Reality A10 XLT Supermax Power Cage to that Sunny Health and Fitness Power Zone rack that I put in the garage. Now, you guys know I love this rack. The first thing I wanted you guys to see was that it was still here, because I know a lot of you guys bought this rack on my recommendation, and I love this rack, all right? I absolutely love this rack. The thing was, I was gonna have to disassemble it, and I was gonna have to try to push it through the garage door area to get it into the garage, and I actually was gonna do that. But then one of my buddies and a couple of my clients and friends gathered up a little cash for me, and they allowed me to purchase a new rack. And I got that Sunny Health and Fitness rack. And I did that because, number one, I didn't want to pull this one apart. But number two, I wanted to have something that I could contrast the A10 XLT with. And I thought that this would give me an opportunity to figure out if this rack was everything that I've been claiming it to be, because it was my first rack and I didn't really have anything to compare it to. Now, I'm not gonna do a full comparison between these two racks today. I will do that in the very near future. I am gonna do a full review of the Sunny Health and Fitness Power Zone rack within the next couple of weeks. So if you wanna see that and you're not already subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the alert button, and you can check that out in a couple of weeks. What I am gonna do is give you some of the differences between the two racks. Don't trip, y'all. If I'm stuttering and stumbling a little bit, it's only about 23 degrees out here today, so I'm freezing, and that's why I'm gonna go ahead and head into the garage so I can show you guys that rack and talk about it a little bit. So give me a second. Man, yeah, it's cold out there today. I mean, it is freezing. I feel like my hands are frostbit already. I'm gonna move the camera just a little bit so you guys can see, give you a better look at what we got. So like I said, I got an opportunity to put a new cage in here, and I wanted to put a different one in here to give you guys some contrast between the A10 XLT Supermax Power Cage and something else. And I thought this was the best option to give us something around the same price as that A10 XLT with similar features that we could kind of build out our home backyard and garage gyms with. Now, some of the things that I noticed straight out the gate about the Sunny Health and Fitness rack that I kind of liked were, number one, it had these really nice safety bars, all right? I'll give you guys some close-ups of these in a minute, but because I'm working by myself. I don't have my main man Mikey with me here today, so I'm alone. That's my cameraman for those of you who haven't been here before. But I really like these safety bars. They got this nice rubber finish on them, which I really appreciate, because this tri-wide Olympic bar, that's a $300 bar. And it's going up against rubber, both down there on the safeties and also on the J-hooks. So you know you're not gonna scratch up your bar. I didn't have to worry about that outside because I had a cheap bar that I got from a secondhand store that was rusty and everything. But now I got something that I don't have to worry about damaging in that bar. Even though this is a gym, we know it's gonna get scratched up, nicked up, and all that kind of stuff. But at least we don't have to worry about it quite as much as we would have with the other cage. Not something, that cage is still dope. Please understand, I'm just giving you guys some of the differences between the two, because I don't want you guys to feel like you got the wrong cage because you got the A10 XLT. I'm just blessed enough on this day to have both of them, so I'm grateful for that. Another thing that I really liked about the build process on this cage was that it came with the feet. When you go ahead and put on the long supports here, it was easy to do it as a one-man job because they got these little, maybe about a 4-inch, basically foot pad that allows you to put that bar straight down onto that base and not have to hold it. All right, you just put it there and then you screw the screws in, and that was something that I really liked about this cage. Now, let me tell you, like I said, I'm just giving you guys a few things. I'm gonna go deeper in depth into this in its own review. One thing that a lot of people will comment about is that these holes are not standard. they're less than standard. So any accessory that you add to this cage is gonna have to be from Sunny Health and Fitness, aside from the DIY Carol Fly that I put on this cage. We don't have to worry about this with this guy. I built this. I didn't create it. Someone else did and gave me the plans for it, and I rebuilt it. But it's amazing. It fits both cages. You won't have to worry about those holes being smaller than standard to build this. And I'll show you guys how I built that as soon as possible. I just got a couple more things to do before I can publish that video. But other things that were different about this cage, I'm not gonna say nicer, some of the other things that were different is that you didn't have to do the full build. On the finished reality cage, you have to install all the pulleys yourself. Those came pre-installed, and you just had to put the lat attachment onto the cage, and it was a simple process that was a lot quicker because some of the things that you didn't have to do. This cage comes with a lot of little pieces that you have to buy on the finished reality cage. It came with Olympic plate holders, which you have to buy for the finished reality cage, that are $24. I think it's $24 or $28 for a pair. But then you also needed to buy, for the lat pull down attachment, 2 8-inch Olympic plate holder adapters. And so you won't have to get those. Those come with the cage. The other thing that the cage came with was safety, so you could clamp in and hold all of your weights on without them falling off. Unfortunately, they slightly smaller than a bar, so you can't use them on a bar, but you can use them on the plate holders that the bench, or I'm sorry, I keep saying bench, that the cage comes with. So that's a couple of things I just wanted to talk to you guys about. I just wanted to make sure that my finished reality A10 XLT Supermax Power Cage, people did not feel left behind because I'm not using that in here. I really wanted to explain that because I already seen a couple of you guys mention in the comments like, man, what's up, Vern? You ditching us? No, I'm not ditching y'all. I just got a chance to get another option that'll allow us to understand even better how good that cage or this cage is. But both cages I feel are gonna be great. I've been using this one for about a month and I love it just like I love that one. But I'll tell you, one thing that Fitness Reality A10 XLT has that this cage doesn't have that I really like is that bar that goes across the middle of the cage that allows you to do lat pull downs. So you have to actually just hold yourself down when doing lat pull downs on this cage opposed to that cage, because it doesn't have that option here. And that's a nice little option that I overlooked when I had it and it was built into that cage, but it's something that I definitely missed on this cage. But at the same time, we can still do our lat pull downs, just gotta have them ab muscles right and be ready to keep yourself based when you're doing your lat pull downs and those type of things. I think that's all I wanted to talk about. I will show you guys one other thing that I'll give you a review on very soon if you haven't already seen it. But if you look here, you see I have this guy hanging from here. But I found these clips from my boy, again, my boy Carol. He showed me these clips that you can hang things from. So I can have some of my accessories hanging straight from the cage. And it's just a magnet. I'll put a link for those in the description of this video. They work on both cages. He has the A10 XLT Supermax Power Cage, and he showed me that. But that is a nice accessory that I think a lot of you guys are gonna like and appreciate if you grab them. And they're pretty inexpensive. But you get 6 in a pack or 8 in a pack. But I'll make sure I'll link that for you guys. Hey, I hope y'all like what I talked about here today. Make sure you check out these videos so you can learn a little bit more about me and here at Usawa Fitness and some of the reviews that I've done. Love and peace, everybody.